Hello, and welcome back subscribers and new viewers to another Sunday Speed Paint. Before we carry on, don't forget to watch this video all the way to the end and subscribe if you haven't already to help me reach 1,000 subscribers and help the algorithm put me out there on the main page of YouTube. For today's video, I wanted to heavily share and focus on art improvement and the projects that I have been planning to share that have been taking a lot longer than I would like them to. I have set a goal for myself to work on art improvement challenges over the next couple of months, and try to share this progress with you all through different videos, such as today's video where I'm utilizing just the line artwork specifically, and only a splash of color on top of the gradient background to make these characters pop. I also really heavily focused on creating either dynamic poses or dynamic expressions to really capture the themes and moods of a bit more darker, gorier artwork for this particular video. I've also been in a bit of a battle against myself when it comes to being my own harshest critic, where I love some of the illustrations 1 minute, and then after posting them and giving it some time, I look back and think, oh, I could have done better, instead of just moving forward and actually being happy with what I had created in that moment. When I was working on these illustrations, I also wanted to focus heavily on an area that I don't normally, which is gore artwork, so fair warning. If you do not like gore artwork, this isn't your kind of video. Feel free to leave and skip for the next video. There is going to be guts and bones and candy gore and some vague hints of blood, but in a different color. Just because this is something that I'm not used to drawing, because most of my illustrations, I will eventually need to and want to convey these action scenes, but most of the stuff I create is more upbeat, fun, and cutesy. But that's not all that I create, and that's also not everything that I want in my art portfolio. In case anyone wants any of these more type of illustrations, I want to have that as a reference for them if they want to see what I'm capable of drawing. I also need to work on, well, what I am capable of, because if I don't draw it and if I don't complete it, if I don't do it, then I won't know. There is an art challenge that I created which is just for me personally, but if anybody else wants to participate, you're more than welcome. Even though there are 31 prompts on this is not something I'm expecting to get done within a month, nor should you, because there is everything in here ranging from simple sketch prompts to full-blown rendering prompts, comic pages, working on something that's outside of your style and comfort zone, still lifes, you name it. There's 31 different general prompts, and it's something that I set for myself because this is the areas of weakness that I want to focus on and work on. The main reason why I want to focus on improving my artwork is for not only YouTube so that I can have these videos to share with you, but also for the projects and stories that I have yet to finish writing or drawing, or that I plan on finishing within the next year or two. My highest priority, which is what my Patreon goal is both for YouTube and for my webtoon series, The Dawn of Gales, and then after that, hopefully I can get around to Twilight of Serpents. These are the two main stories that I want to share that I have already created a start and a finish for them. I just need to actually make the pages each month that I've set these goals for myself. However, I've become a bit perfectionistic about the pages and the backgrounds and trying to find what works because I'm still not that familiar with the whole webtoons format of infinite scroller comics from top to bottom, as there are some scenes that I want to create that would fit better more on YouTube's widescreen, but I can't do that for that, so I'm practicing doing comic pages so that I can build up on this and get back to the Dawn of Gales projects. All of these sketch videos and all of these things that I'm working on will be behind the scenes stuff that I'll post on my Patreon, and the finished versions of it will be on the regular postings of webtoons. The reason why I'm also working on all of these other stories that you see that pop up for YouTube is because sometimes it is hard for me to force or push these pages or other things out. Although I want to get something done, if I force it too much and I'm too disappointed in it, I will end up hating it. I can always go back and redraw these pages, but if it's something that's half-assed and just thrown out with no care, I'm going to be not only angry at myself, but I feel like any audience member who reads it would probably feel like, that's not worth my time, and just leave, and I don't want that for anyone. Part of the other projects that I have shared with you all, such as Louvel, Astoria, the Domain of Luxus, which is the night terrors that I've been having, and a few other stories that I haven't mentioned yet, but I've been working on in the background. I want to share all of these with all of you in case these are stories and ideas that can somehow inspire you, or if you just in general enjoy the characters or the world that I've created. It's something that I am so happy that older me would be screaming in joy that I've made it this far. And that's something that I want to share with anyone else, is that it is never too late to start these projects, and you should produce them to the best of your ability, but don't beat yourself up about it. It's something that I have been tossing back and forth with myself about for the past few months, if not years, because I didn't realize that it had been 2 years since I worked on any artwork for the Twilight of Serpents with Dangel, let alone the fact that with my Dawn of Gales projects, the goals that I have on top of all of the art that I already produced, I knew I was capable of making at least 5 to 10 panels or pages for the webtoons and posting them once a month, but even that's flopped because there are some outside factors, or just in general personal daily struggles, where I just can't seem to produce what I initially could. Things change over time, and I can't really control bigger picture things, so I want to refocus and retrain myself to work on these to see what I'm capable of now, especially with the new tools and tricks and things that I've learned while spending all this time creating these videos and individual art projects and more experimental pieces. Because I also want to go back to just having fun with stuff, like we're having art fights soon, and then eventually another Sketchtober for me to work on some new sets of fun prompts just for shenanigans. I also want to create more of my animation meme stories, which I actually learned I can apparently make an animation meme in 24 hours. If you don't know which one I'm talking about the one that I produced 3 days ago. The one that took me the least amount of time to create, but had the most, engagement. I'm surprised at, because it was a remake of an old meme that I made years ago that I didn't even do any animation for. It was mostly just text on screen and maybe 3 frames of animation with my Protogen Persona Spice, but now I've added in 5 characters to it. General animation motions that they're hardly on screen for more than 3 seconds at a time, and that's something that I'm starting to learn. The more that I create these is I am the only one, unless you go behind the scenes, who gets to see and spend hours looking at these up close. You guys don't get to see all the pinches and zooms that would make you nauseous, because I'm constantly erasing, undoing, adding in different effects here and there, and although I'm enjoying the process, sometimes it's also a slog, so it's a 50-50 on how much of this energy do I really want to spend on these projects versus how much does the output of who's going to be watching it and how much it's worth of their time. If it's more worth your time for me to make shit posts, I'm gonna start pumping out a handful more of shit posts, but I'll still be putting the other energy that I have into my bigger projects. So regardless of what I am producing, I hope that you will enjoy it, because that's something that I have been fighting myself with on this channel for a while now, is what to actually produce that I want to and have fun with, and also something that you guys can enjoy as well. I'm hoping that the audience that has grown of Subscribblers has been enjoying a lot of the content, and I don't know if anyone else has noticed the changes in my confidence with the illustrations that I've made, and also the variety of content that I have been producing instead of just the same stuff with a new label slapped over it. Another thing that I do want to mention is I have many other stories that are just little bits and bobs that I would love to share with you all, such as The Prophecy in the Veil, Fatal Instinct, Embers of Hope, Eclipse the Kingdoms, and Forsaken Immortality, which involve a handful of my human characters, as I know I've had a few comments here and there asking what happened to a handful of my humanoid characters. Most of the characters that I have with other friends of mine, they belong to them. Those are separate. Those are more than likely not going to pop up on this channel unless I do collabs again. These stories that I mentioned are going to be popping up on my channel, so if you're not a big fan of the fantasy anthropomorphic characters, do stay tuned for these ones. And as always, I hope that you have enjoyed, and thank you for making it this far into the video. It means a lot to me, and if you do like these kinds of sketchy portrait thingies, let me know which one of these was your favorite, and thanks for watching. Hold it right there, don't click off this video just yet. Why not check out some playlists of my videos while you wait for the next upload, and if you'd like to support my works and see more, click that link card down below. Patreon exclusive rewards for the Fennec Fox tier includes access to secret artwork, Arctic Foxes get shoutouts at the end of my videos, and early access to art and videos. Red Foxes have the opportunity to be featured when I need background characters or a commission instead. Subscribe for free if you have not already to join the Subscribblers squad, and tag me in some of that artwork and I'll share it in the Subscribblers gallery. Stay possum, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.